with like mental health, or what are the, like, where would you go sort of to deal with your mental health? I think one of the things for that could be just talking about like putting everything on hold sometimes. Like if you're struggling with mental health issues, like prioritizing just taking care of yourself and like doing what you can to like get back on track.
Yeah, and how would you do that for you? So if you were having a sort of not brilliant day and you had stuff planned in ahead of you that you're planning on doing, but you're not feeling it, how would you sort that out? How would you go about that?
If you've got stuff planned ahead, I think you just need to like think about it. Like, is this something that I think I can do? Like, if it's not, like, if it feels like it would be too much pressure on you, or like just not something that you can deal with at the time, then you can like plan a separate time for it.
No, I think that's good. So you're sort of touching on when you're having sort of those bad days and you do have things planned, like being realistic about what your capacity is and what you can get done.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really good point. What about you, Hajera?
Sleep. Drink a lot of water. That's not good, is it? When my mental health is actually good and it's actually at a point where like I feel motivated to do stuff, I will actually be able to put my mind to do something, whether it's baking, studying, doesn't matter what, I would actually be able to focus on it and actually put all my effort in. But compared to when it's not good, I'll just feel very unmotivated and just not good.
How do you recognise if you've had, like, what are your sort of warning signs that maybe you need to take a break or that your mental health's not doing as well as you want it to?
My warning sign is when I feel like sort of I'm going to collapse. I get really heavy-headed, or my eyes, they go red, or my face colour changes, so it drops in colour. And yeah, they're just signs that where I've either overworked myself, or I'm overdoing it, or it's something that I can't handle, and my body automatically just feels exhausted.
For me, it's just like sort of, often I think that is like the feeling of just being really overwhelmed. So if like, even if you think about the things maybe that you've got to get done, and in your head it doesn't seem like a lot, or but you still feel like overwhelmed about something, and just like you have a lot like in front of you and you're not sure like how to manage.
What's your go-to in that moment? So if you were sort of having that thing of like, ooh, everything, even if you've only got 3 things in your to-do list and they're not very big, like even for me sometimes, like brushing my teeth, getting out of bed and literally getting dressed are like the 3 things I'm giving myself that day.
Yeah.
How do you sort of get yourself motivated or back on track to feeling not as overwhelmed?
Well, if I realise I'm like feeling that way, then I'll sort of just take a minute, like not just sit there and carry on like thinking about it and trying to like push myself to start with something even though I'm not ready. I think just like taking a second to clear your head and maybe like plan things out in a way that's kind of like that you can get it done, but like steady, and not worrying about getting all of it done, but just doing what you can, like step by step.
Good point. I think it definitely does come down to expectations a lot of the time that you put on yourself. Yeah. That you need to do. Really good.
I don't know if it's just me or if it's, I don't know if you both can relate as well, is when you look at something and you just get that instant throb in your head and you just get a million questions like, how am I going to do this? And it makes your head ache so much.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what do you do then if your head's getting too full, if it's just got, you're looking at what you have to do and your head's done and you can't really engage with it, what would be your next step?
It's either I leave that whatever I want to do completely, or I actually force myself to do it, which is not ideal all the times because I end up seeing specks and it's very weird and funny and I just collapse. That's it, I'm gone. So sometimes I do take the risk and I will push myself to do it, but also aware that that rest can lead to something like me collapsing, and it's not very good. So often I will just leave it, and I will, if I'm at home, I will just go to sleep, or I'll try my best to take nap, or just eat. That's my guilty pleasure, just eat, just eating. And you know what's funny is salad. That's what I will crunch on, just leaves and tomato and cucumber, which is weird because other people's guilty pleasures are like chocolate, crisp.
No, that's a good one. I wish my like eating was healthy. Mine ends up being not healthy stuff.
I have a really bad appetite, so like the only thing that's got me speaking like I am now and stood up is my salads. That's what's out of everything.
Amazing.
So it's like kind of still productive.
Yeah, it's still healthy.
Using your mouth and using your teeth, I guess that is productive for your jawline. You want to know chicken jawline from every angle, then keep chewing.
So I want us to have a think of, if we are going to have a full sort of mental health self-care day, no responsibilities, none of that, just purely either a day or an activity to really make your mental health feel good or you feel good, what would be your sort of one thing you'd go to?
Relaxation. You don't necessarily need to go to anywhere. You can just sit in your own bed or sit in a corner or sit on a chair, anywhere you like, anywhere that you find comfortable, and just relax. Let your body relax. Think of something like meditation or yoga. But I feel like you need that energy to put in. So I would just say, I don't know, grab a book, read, or do a little bit of colouring, or just try and relax your mind. Listen to some peaceful, calm music.
Yeah. I think it depends on the person as well, because for me, I think one of the best things for my mental health is actually just like going outdoors. Like just literally, even if it's just for air, like I just find that nature helps me to relax.
Yeah.
Back over there, we used to have like this forest thing, and it had a waterfall in that corner, and whenever I get all dodgy, I would just go over there and stare at the waterfall and just listen to it, because no cars, no nothing, it was just a corner on its own. It was very eerie, but it was very a peaceful place.
Yeah, amazing. This podcast was produced as part of the Unfiltered Project's Industry Masterclasses. Thank you so much to Kay, photographer, poet, filmmaker, mental health researcher, playwright, youth worker, and founder of the Smiling Boys Project, for leading the podcasting masterclass. This project is funded through the Young Londoners Fund and is supported by the Mayor of London. Check out more on our Aircast feed.